I'm here at Knifewear Calgary, and at Knifewear stores we have a lot of really cool stuff. Obviously, lots of cool knives, but because we're chefs and we love to cook, we have a lot of other cool kitchen accessories as well. I'm Nathan, and I'm going to show you around today. So like I said, we love to enjoy our time in the kitchen, and good tools is a big part of that. So we've very carefully hand-picked a whole shop worth of stuff besides just the knives. It's going to make your experience cooking a lot more enjoyable. I'm going to start over here with the cookbooks. One of my personal favorites that I recommend for every new homeowner, anybody that maybe struggles a little bit with cooking, is the Family Meal by FERRAN ADRIA. FERRAN ADRIA used to run El Bulli, one of the best restaurants in the world, very, very legendary place, and they make some pretty fancy food. But before each shift, they like to feed their staff dinner. So this cookbook breaks down exactly everything you're going to need in really clear terms. The recipes use ingredients that are very easy to find in your pantry or fresh at your local store, and it's designed to be made in a cost-effective way. All of these recipes can be made very, very affordably. And when it comes down to the actual recipe, he's got photos of each step of the process, so you can't possibly screw it up. And he's even got proportions for 2 people, 6 people, 20 people, or 75, which is how many staff they have. And so when they're making, obviously, dinner for their staff before service, they make 75 servings of it. That is a must for anybody that likes to spend time in the kitchen. The other book that I really love is one that we made ourselves. This is the Knife Nerd Guide to Japanese Knives. Now, obviously, I'm a little biased because this was actually made by Knifewear, but Kevin Kent wrote this, and it's all about the stories of the folks that make our knives. Pictures of them at work in their forges, their stories, their history, what makes each one special, and lots of nerdy information on steel, even some charts on steel composition. And at the end, you've got some really beautiful shots of knives and just breakdowns of every style of Japanese knife. I'm a big fan of this guy. Let's move down and check out some other stuff. Now, as I said, we like to cook, and a lot of us are fans of Japanese food. One of my favorites is yakitori. We had these yakitori skewers made to fit our KONRO grills, so you can very easily make skewered chicken or vegetables or really any dish you want. And these guys are made out of bamboo, so they're biodegradable, they're made sustainably, and guess what? We even have vegetarian ones. Next, we're getting down to the actual grilling. This guy is one of my favorite ways to grill. We're big fans of charcoal cooking, like I said, and the Japanese KONRO grills allow you to focus the heat of the charcoal and get a beautiful sear and a beautiful smoky flavor on your food. This little guy is called a SHICHIRIN, and it's a travel KONRO grill. So you've got a little air vent there so you can control your heat and your temperature. You've obviously got your grate on top for your skewers or whatever it is you want to grill. And then inside, you've got an air vent for the air to come up and feed the charcoal. And so you can easily grill 4 to 6 skewers on here. Now, a charcoal grill isn't much use without the actual charcoal. Well, we just launched our very own brand of Knifewear OGATAN charcoal. Tan means charcoal in Japanese. So OGATAN is a style of charcoal made using recycled sawdust and other offcuts. The great thing about this is, again, it's made sustainably using reused materials. It's much cheaper than the Japanese binchotan, so it's a great way to cook if you like to grill very often and you maybe don't have the budget for the harder Japanese binchotan. You can also use it to supplement your binchotan, and it lights a lot more easily too. They just come in little pieces like this, and that's sawdust charcoal, so it burns hotter and longer than your old school lump charcoal, but it also is much cheaper and much easier to use than Japanese binchotan. Now, it's pretty hard to cook without a few pots and pans, so we've hand selected a few of our favorites. These are Japanese carbon steel pans. We've got some deep frying pans, some stir fry pans. This guy is really unique though. This is a tamagoyaki pan. Tamagoyaki is a type of Japanese omelet. It's made by folding and rolling layers and layers and layers of eggs. Often it's sweetened a little bit. There's a bit of dashi in there. So it's a really different experience, but you need the specialized square pan to make it. I also find this pan really good for just regular old French omelets or even making a frittata. Here's something really special. Like I said, we care a lot about food, and it's pretty hard to have food without bees. So we're a proud sponsor of ABC Bees in Calgary. They promote and educate about urban beekeeping and sustainable beekeeping practices. We sponsor a couple hives through them. It's the end of every summer. They're nice enough to harvest the honey and give us 50 or 100 pounds of the honey that they've harvested. Sometimes we make it into a beer with local breweries like Highline Brewing, and sometimes we just throw it in jars and sell it in the shop here. It's really, really delicious. It's got lots of kind of lovely, light, delicate flavors from the local Calgary fauna, and it's pretty awesome. Now we're getting into the chef's tools. These are handy little accessories that a chef might have in their knife bag in addition to their knives, and I like to keep a little container full of them right next to my stove because I use them all the time in my kitchen. This guy is probably the tool I use the most outside of my knives and my pans. This is the GESTURA chef spoon. Most professional chefs have a little bit of a spoon fetish or just a small spoon collection because you use them all the time. You often have a little container of them for tasting dishes as you're cooking and making sauces. This guy's really great for stirring things. Obviously you can stir with any spoon, but this one just feels fantastic in your hand. It's also beautiful for drizzling sauces onto plates or just plating food in general. And it's got this flattened top which measures out to an exact tablespoon. So you just scoop out whatever you want to measure, level it off, and you're good to go. Moving on down, we've got the KUHN RIKON vegetable peeler. Best vegetable peeler in the world. Carbon steel blade, stays sharp longer than anything else out there, and gets sharper too. So it just makes peeling carrots and other vegetables an absolute breeze. You've probably noticed by now that sustainability is very important to us at Knifewear. These guys are TAWASHI scrub brushes. They're dish scrubbies that are great for really scrubbing any sort of dish, but especially your cast iron pans and carbon steel without scratching it up or destroying the finish. And they're made from coconut husk, which means they're biodegradable. When they wear out, you just undo the wire, strip out all the fibers, throw it in your compost, and you're good to go. But they're a really great alternative to sponges or plastic scrubbies, and they just work like a charm. One of my favorite things about Japanese knives is how sharp they get. But a sharp knife can be a little bit dangerous if you just chuck it away into a drawer or into a knife bag without any protection. So we've got our own Knifewear blade guards. These guys just simply close onto the edge and protect it from damage in your drawer or in your knife bag, but it also protects you from damage, which I think is pretty important. Now, any professional chef worth their salt is going to have a Sharpie, or maybe a dozen Sharpies stashed in strategic locations in their kitchen. You'll often see pros putting them right in the pocket on their shirt sleeve there because you use a Sharpie for everything. You label absolutely everything that goes into your fridge with a date and often a name of what the product is. And so we've come out with our own Knifewear Sharpie because, again, we're ex-chefs and we just like these fun little quirky chef's things. I use one in my own home kitchen now too. Obviously I don't work in the industry anymore, but anytime I make my own fermented foods or even just package up leftovers, I find labeling it with a name and a date helps me to identify what leftovers I need to eat first, what needs to get used up, what maybe I don't need to worry about right away, and it avoids all those confusing, sniff tests that you have to do when you don't know what all those mystery jars are in your fridge. Another great item that in a way is curated by chefs is the chef's press. This was created by a guy named Bruce Hill down in California, if I'm not mistaken, because he had a tiny professional kitchen, but his restaurant was super busy, it was super successful. So they needed a way to pump more food out of that tiny little kitchen. Enter the chef's press. They had a local machine shop work this out, and it's just basically a weight that you can easily manipulate with a pair of tongs or tweezers. It's going to help if you're doing any sort of like brick chicken or fried sandwich, or even something that likes to bend like bacon or salmon. I used to use a lot of these in my days as a diner cook for keeping burger patties on the grill, keeping, again, bacon if you want to get it really crispy, keeping it flat on the grill. So these really, really handy to have in your home kitchen. You can even use them to submerge things in brines if you're pickling or preserving or just brining meat. They stack so you can up your weight as high as you need, and they even cascade like so. So if you got a long flank steak or something pretty big, you'll be able to cover it no problem. So you've probably noticed by now we have a lot of products that say Knifewear on them. Items that we feel are really essential in your kitchen or we're just very passionate about, we tend to find partners that can make them and we put our name on them. That is a sign that you need this product in your kitchen. This particular product, Knifewear Board Wax, is used like it sounds. It moisturizes, conditions, and protects your cutting boards. It's made in Edmonton, right near our Edmonton Knifewear store. by Like Grandpa. They're a great little local company. They use ingredients that are sourced locally. They use recyclable packaging. They're fantastic folks, and we're very happy to partner with them. Also great on any wooden knife handles, wooden utensils in your kitchen. I'll even use it on, unfinished furniture, really anything that needs a bit of moisture. Speaking of cutting boards, this is my favorite cutting board in the whole wide world. You'll see these guys in pretty much all of our cooking videos. These are larch wood cutting boards. And hey, look, they say Knifewear on them. These guys are sustainably made in Canada with Canadian grown hardwood, which is awesome, obviously. But even better than that, they're made from end grain wood. You'll see these rings in the wood here, which means they've sliced across the tree to make the board. This does a few things. It means it doesn't warp easily in drier or more humid climates, so it's very adaptable. It also means that when you're cutting with your knife, you're cutting with the fibers of the wood rather than against them. Unlike a side grain board, this guy's gonna dull your knife less quickly, and it's naturally gonna heal itself and repair those little cuts and nicks that you get in your board from day-to-day use. These are gonna be some of the longest lasting cutting boards you can possibly have in your home kitchen. Speaking of keeping your knife sharp, we've got sharpening stones. Normally, Naoto is the guy to talk about this. He's the real stone expert. For me, I like to keep it simple. All I really need to do is keep my home knife sharp. And for that, I just use a set of Knifewear sharpening stones. These say Knifewear because we think that they're the best option for home cooks, professional chefs, and even real knife nerd, serious sharpeners out there. We've got the 220 grit, which is great for starting your edge. If your knife's really dull or even chipped, this will get you going. The 1000 grit is where I like to stop with my softer steel knives, some of my hunting knives, my Henkel's knife, for example. And then if we're going above and beyond to light speed, these guys are gonna get you that crazy out of the box sharpness that you can expect from your Japanese knives. There's a 4000 grit and an 8000 grit. I like to use both. You could stop at the 4000 if you wanted, but if you really want to get crazy, you go up to 8000, you're gonna have the best edge of your life. When you're sharpening, it's also very handy to have a stone holder, something that's gonna keep your stone in place and keep your knuckles away from the countertop so you're not rubbing them as you're sharpening. This guy is a sink bridge, and it's pretty much the best sharpening accessory I've ever seen. It's highly adjustable, so it's gonna fit just about any size of sink you have at home. It's also got rubber feet if you need to just use it on your countertop. It's got really simple wing nuts that are used to tighten it up and adjust it, and you can adjust it to any size of stone. You just pop that over your kitchen sink. You have a place for water to come from your tap, obviously, and a place for water to go the drain. So keeps things tidy, makes the sharpening way more pleasant. So we were talking about cool things at Knifewear today. Obviously, Knifewear's got a lot of cool knives. We talk about those in all of our other videos, so I'm not gonna show you any today, but if you wanna see the coolest knives in your local Knifewear store, head to the very back of the shop and look for the special case at the end. This is where we keep the coolest stuff, the hardest steels, the most talented blacksmiths, and obviously a lot of our favorite stuff. At Knifewear, many of us are former chefs, and all of us are highly passionate about food. We like to enjoy eating, obviously, but we also really like to enjoy our time spent in the kitchen. So we're constantly curating and refining and improving our selection of products, not just knives, but any kind of kitchen tool you could possibly need to enjoy your experience in the kitchen as much as we do. Well, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed that tour of our accessories at your local Knifewear store. And you can, of course, find all those online at knifewear.com as well. If you want to see some knives, check out this next video.